Hi everyone, welcome back to the Gypsy Caravan. I'm Shan. How you doing? So today we're going to be continuing with the Valentine's Day lookbook series that I have going on, and today's look is all about the glam, full coverage, glitter, just the wow factor. So if you want to learn how to do this look, let's get straight into the video. I'm going to be priming my eyes as usual. I'm going in with the 24-hour eye base from MAC today, and I'm just patting that in with my finger from lash line all the way up to the brow bone. I'm then taking this eyeshadow, which is called Kid, on a fluffy blending brush, and I'm just going to set that primer in just so that we have a little bit of a tacky surface but not too sticky. I still want something quite smooth to blend out the cut crease that we're going to be creating today. So make sure to set that from the lash line all the way up to the brow bone. I'm then going in with Blackberry, an eyeshadow from MAC, and I'm taking a small tapered blending brush. This one is from Morphe, it's part of the Jaclyn Hill collection. And all I'm doing is I am carving out the first half, or the inner half of my crease with this eyeshadow. This is the only area I'm going to be sticking with today until we do a wing line at the end. But basically I'm just getting all that color down to create a half cut crease. Using a clean 286 brush, and I'm just blending that out so that we still have some nice clean seamless lines. I'm then going in with a dark purple eyeshadow. This one is Indian Ink, and on the same brush I'm just going to be intensifying and adding dimension to the crease. This color is going to stay quite close to the actual crease line. I'm not going to take this too high up. And I'm just going to stay in the same area and do the same blending up motions, and then go back in with that 286 just to blend it all out so that we don't have too harsh a line, but we do still have that defined shape. I'm then going in with a tiny bit of Sketch. This is also from MAC, and I'm just using this to warm up that purple a bit. Indian Ink is such a beautiful purple, but it was a little bit too cool tone for me, and I definitely wanted this to be a little bit more the burgundy purple wine sort of color. So I'm just using Sketch to warm up that eyeshadow, and then again just blending it all together so that we have a nice soft blend in that inner corner. I'm then taking some concealer, and I'm going to actually cut the crease now, the full lid of the crease. I do have a cut crease video coming up, so look forward to that. But right now, as you can see, I'm just literally using this concealer to cut the crease and tidy up that area where we added the eyeshadow, so that it's more defined and more crisp. I'm using a flat definer brush to do this. I'm then going in with my custom white nude palette that I created for myself from MAC, and I'm taking the shade Brule, and I'm just setting the concealer down so that we don't have any creasing or moving. I'm then going in with some NYX glitter primer, and using my finger I'm just tapping this product in the area where I applied Brule, or where I cut my crease essentially. I'm not going into the purple. And then I'm going in with this pressed glitter pigment eyeshadow from MAC. It's called Joy 2. It was part of a Christmas collection they did a few years back. And I'm going to press this in with my finger into the lid, and then just clean up that eyeshadow with the tapered blending brush once again, just so that we have some really nice defined lines. I'm then taking a small angled brush and using the exact same eyeshadows I used to cut my crease. I am now going to create for myself a wing. So building up the intensity and the color, I'm going to create a wing, and then take a pencil brush and blend and soften that out, because I technically wanted a smoky wing but not a super soft wing. I still wanted some definition on the lid, so I tend to go back and forth between building up color, pigmentation and strength with the angle brush, and then I swap out to the pencil brush to just soften out some of the lines and just smoke it out slightly. This is what's just going to create a very nice soft blend into the eye, but still keep it quite uniform with the shape. So now I'm just taking the darker shade, which I think was Indian Ink, and I'm just using that to fill in my inner corner so that I have a more defined shape. It's more complete, as you can see. So then I'm just going to pop on some mascara, because we are going to go in with lashes later. And then for primers, I'm going with two primers today. The first one is the Silk Canvas from Tatcha. I'm just using this to kind of blur out the pores around my nose, because I want a very smooth, flawless looking skin today. So I'm just using that to kind of fill in the pores and just smooth out any texture on the skin. And then going in with the Magic Lumi Primer from L'Oreal and a 188 Duo Fiber brush. I'm just going to blend that into the rest of the face because I do still want my skin to have a slight dewy matte sort of effect. I know that sounds stupid to put matte and dewy in the same sentence, but I do really like the finish that this primer gives the skin, and it's drugstore, so it's super affordable. I do have a video all about primers coming out soon, I just remembered now, so also keep your eyes out for that. But until then, feel free to watch me blend in my primer. So the foundation I'm going in with today is a little Dodge. It's in a sample jar. I'm using a 170 brush to blend this foundation in. It is the Prolongwear Nourishing Waterproof Foundation from MAC. I am in the shade NC20. The reason why I absolutely love this foundation is because it's a hybrid foundation, and basically what that means is that it's a concealer and a foundation mixed together in one product. So you're going to get a beautiful medium to buildable coverage. You can take this all the way up to full if you want to build up the full coverage, but it just gives the skin the most amazing radiance and flawless finish I have ever seen. It's such a great foundation, and plus an upside to this foundation is that it's of course waterproof. You can swim, you can sweat, you can use this in high humidity climates. It's not going to move or budge on your skin. This is my absolute favorite foundation to use for brides on their wedding day, and for bridesmaids and mother of the brides, and just everyone just at the freaking wedding. It's amazing foundation. So because the foundation is technically a concealer as well, I'm just going in with my Isabella Garcier highlighter slash concealer, and I'm just going to use this to highlight certain areas on my face, basically my under eyes. And I'm going to take a 270 brush and I'm going to blend this highlighter concealer in. It's a super sheer product, but it is a little bit lighter than my skin, so it's just going to highlight certain areas and just lift the darkness that I have underneath my eyes a little bit. So now just taking that angled brush again, and again in the same order, using the exact same eyeshadows as before, I am just going to define underneath my eye, or my lash line rather, and again just smoke that out with the pencil brush and just ensure that everything is joined and in unison with each other so that we have a full and complete eye. So now I'm going in with my contour palette from MAC. I am using Sculpt, that one, I decided on that one eventually. And taking a 109 contour brush, I'm going to define and sculpt out my face. So I'm going to sculpt out underneath my cheekbones. I'm going to take this up into my hairline and my temple, and then also define underneath my jaw, because I need to define my jaw so that my face doesn't look so flat. And then I am also going to take this down along the sides of my nose and around the tip of my nose as well, just so that we have a complete beauty look. The eyes are technically the focus of the look, but I do want to have a very sculpted, glam looking face to match, so that's why I'm going in with kind of heavy contouring and other elements to the face, but not taking away from the actual focus, which is still the eyes, because I mean, look at those eyes. Aren't they just gorge? So now to highlight, I'm going in with my Hyperreal palette from MAC. I'm using all three shades. This is the palette Flash and Awe, if I'm not mistaken. And on a Smashbox buildable cheek brush, I'm taking the gold first and laying down my base, because I normally like to create a 3D looking highlight. So I generally put this all over the areas, all the high points of the face. And then I swap out to a smaller brush and I mix the pink and vanilla shade in the highlighter palette together to create a more intense highlight. And then I will use that to specifically highlight certain areas like my cheeks, the nose, the bridge of the nose, my brow bone as well, and my cupid's bow. So this just brings a very specific beam of light to a specific area in the face. And then swapping out to a small shader brush, I'm just going to add some of that mixture of the pink and vanilla highlight together to highlight the inner corners of my eyes. So now for brows, unfortunately, I do prefer the fluffy brow trend for everything these days, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. I do have a fluffy brow routine up on my channel if you want to see my fluffy brow routine, but basically it's just a couple of products to create fluffy brows, but today I'm just using a brow gel set to brush out my brows. For lips, I'm going into something kind of neutral. This is a Retro Matte liquid lip from MAC. It is in the shade So Me. It's a nude, but it's a dark nude, so it just complements the look without taking away from the actual look. And it's my absolute favorite shade, especially going into like the autumn seasons. So I popped on some lashes quick. These are number 76s from MAC. And that is the completed tutorial. Thank you so much for watching today. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Like this video if you like this video, and I will see you in my next tutorial.